That shit sucked. And the fact that there's no pain management for it is just, it's insane. Let me collect myself and we'll sit down and chat. Home now. It's been about 30 minutes since the procedure. My initial thoughts, I had tried to kind of convince myself that I wasn't actually, like, they were gonna put the solution on and she was gonna say, oh, everything looks good, you actually don't need the biopsy. And then she said, oh, there is a spot that is being highlighted and I do have to biopsy 2 spots. And I just started sobbing. It wasn't like, the speculum is obviously very uncomfortable, but like she hadn't even done the biopsy yet and I was already sobbing. The biopsy itself took maybe less than a minute to do. People were right, you do hear the hole punch when they do it, and the pain of the procedure, the best way I could describe it is when you are trying to put a thumbtack in the wall, and if the thumbtack is just not going in and you're pushing really hard on the thumbtack and it's just not going in, but now you've like really hurt your thumb, and even when you pull your thumb away, like it still has that part of hurt and it's aching, is the best way I can describe it. It was maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. Everyone is different. That was just what mine was. And when they did the actual biopsy, I like covered my face and started holding my breath, like I was sobbing. And yeah, and my fiance was wonderful and he just kept reminding me to breathe. Biggest tip for after the procedure is put a pad on before you do the procedure. I put the pad on right before, and so I was wearing a pad, and I'm so glad because I actually bled quite a bit after the biopsy, and so she had to hold pressure for a few minutes to try to get the bleeding to stop. And then they put on a bandage. It's like a liquid bandage, dissolvable bandage that they put on. And she told me that when you go to the restroom next, or over the next like 48 hours, you might see what looks like coffee grounds on the pad, which she said is normal, but if there's an overabundance of blood or your cramping is really severe, to call them back and we can see. And so she said if you know, everyone has their normal level of period cramps, and she said if you have more severe than that, to give them a call. This is me from the future. I forgot to add that she, before I stood up or got off the table, she showed me what to kind of expect of what the black blood would look like over the next couple of days if I were to see any. And when she held up the speculum, the blood and like the vinegar solution that was on there, apparently I bled quite a bit. It took her a few moments to actually get the bleeding to stop, because then once I was actually able to like stand up again and take my feet out of the stirrups, there was like blood on the floor, and she wiped most of it up, but she was like, let's just get you cleaned up and clothed, which I kind of appreciated. I didn't step in any, but yeah, I was shocked at how much blood there actually was. The fact that they don't offer pain medicine, and the fact that you just kind of have to raw dog it, it's just insane. The fact that you just have to raw dog it is just so crazy to me. Overall, it went as smoothly as it could have gone, I suppose, and I'm so glad I had a support person there. I think the people who do it by themselves are so incredibly brave. I could not, I needed someone there with me. The Valium, I think, helped with the anticipation anticipation of it, but then once she said that we actually have to take a biopsy, yeah, so she said I'll get results back in 2 to 10 days, depending on how slow the lab is. I have a pad on right now, and I'm still bleeding a little bit. I can tell that the, like, you know, if for people who have had a period where, you know, when you're just kind of freeballing it and you can tell that things are coming out, is kind of what it feels like right now. And so I'm nervous to go to the bathroom, but we will see how it looks. I cannot stress enough that you have a right to ask for pain management. You have that right. And if you can talk to your doctor or go to a surgical center that provides it, I implore you to do so. But my provider was wonderful. She sent me home with some portable, a cold pack and a heating pad, which I have tucked in right now. And my fiance, he's running to the store to grab me an actual heating pad. Biggest tips: I took 4 ibuprofen beforehand from my doctor's orders. I took a Valium and put the pad on before the procedure, because once you put your clothes and stuff back on, like, yeah, no. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.